everyone, and welcome to episode 16 of the Sunflower Girl podcast. I'm Rachel. You can find me on Instagram as the Sunflower GRL, girl without the I, and on Ravelry as the Sunflower Girl. There is a group for this podcast on Ravelry, which if you search in the group tab, the Sunflower Girl podcast, it's there. I'd love if you came and joined. I've currently got a knit along going on, so come and join in with that. I'd love that. Just wanted to say a quick apology for the episode not being up on Friday like it usually is. I came down with a bit of a cough and a cold, so I didn't get around to podcasting. So yeah, it's a little bit later than usual, but it's here, so get on with the works in progress. So the first works in progress is in this lovely bag, and it is the Pebble Beach Shawl by Curious Handmade. Just find a quick picture. You're probably all familiar with it, but it's this, which is gorgeous, and I'm knitting it out of Dinosaur Yarns, which is a local dyer to me, in pumpkin spice. I can't remember if it's pumpkin spice or pumpkin spice latte. I think it's just pumpkin spice. I'll double check. So it's a bit awkward to show because it's far too big for the needles now, like stitches wise. It's all scrunched up, but this is how much I've got done since last time, which is quite a bit. I had started last time, I'd done a little bit, but I had to rip it out because somehow I was doing my yarn overs on the pearl side were wrong. I don't know what I was doing, but it wasn't creating this sort of open edging, so I had to rip back and figure. I'm not even sure what I was doing. I think I just did it wrong, like I just was wrapping it the wrong way because I'm so used to doing it just on the pearls, on the knit side, not on the knit rounds, so I just got a bit confused, I think. So the thing I love the most about this pattern is it's got a checklist, so I'm just a few rows past 50%, but I am on the last page of the pattern and I'm loving it, and I know it's just going to really open out when it's blocked, and I love this colour. It's just pumpkin-y and beautiful, and as I said, yarn, like I was a bit worried when I first started because I wasn't sure how the yarn was going to work, but I think it's done really well. There are a few just lighter bits, and you know, there is sort of a pattern within it, but I really like it. And that's done on 4mm needles, and these are just a pony. I think that's what they're called, pony. But what I like is if it's more like a tube, which I find sturdier for shawls and things like that. The only problem is it's good because it has the size sort of etched on. It's like engraved on the needle, so it's really good. It's never going to rub off, so I'll always look at it and know the size. The only problem is on my lace rows the yarn was really snag on that, and just make it really difficult to sort of push, because on a lace roll I find the stitches tighten up a bit anyway, but it just really difficult to sort of push it over that. But other than that, it's fine. You know, they're not the nicest of needles. They are just the kind of cheap pair that I bought to make my nan's sailor top, and because my other ones had broken. So yeah, that's the first work in progress in this lovely bag, which I just find matches really well. Okay, the second work in progress is living in my Guardians of the Galaxy bag. I'm pretty sure I'd started this last week. I think I'd done a tiny little bit, but this is I'm going to call it the replacement sock head, because if you're a viewer of the podcast from the beginning, you will know that I knit Dave a hat in this exact yarn, in the exact pattern, around October, November time, so right at the beginning of the podcast, but unfortunately it got lost, and you know, I've got a decent amount left. I think I used roughly 50 grams for the first one, so ideally 50 grams for the second one, and I finished the ribbing now, and on to just plain stocking stitch. I've only done a few rows of it, but I think it's going to be my cinema knitting for a little bit. But yeah, if I have a few options in case I don't quite have enough. I'm just remember that. So I have this, which is a grey leftover from some socks that I made for my friend, and then I made my little shorty socks. And then I have this blue, which has got hair in it. This blue, which was from Dave's Perfect Regia socks, and it'll just probably be for a couple of rows right at the very end, because I'm almost positive I'll have enough for the most of the hat. So yeah, just simple knit, nice and easy, just kind of round and round, which is sometimes what I like, because quite a lot of the stuff I'm working on is more like the shawl. You know, I have to concentrate on it, so like if I'm just a bit sort of drained from doing that, I can pick this up, and I don't have to worry about socks just in case, oh, you know, it's time for the heel, or I have to see where I'm at. But yeah, I'm enjoying that, you know. The pattern's great, you know, I've knit it before, I've knit it a few times. So that's that. This is a little bit of crochet. So a friend of the family, well, you know, like I think it's more like a friend of a friend, or just some family member / family friend. You know, it's one of those things, isn't it, where it's like you just kind of think of them as family. You can't really, just one of those things. Anyway, a lady I know asked if I would make a crochet baby blanket, because she knows someone who's having a little boy. So my crochet is very limited, but I've done a few things for her before, but she always asks for crochet, so I always just do a granny square for her and then border it. So this is what I've done so far. So I'm just holding these two colours together, just two types of blue. And I'm just going to go round until I think it's big enough, and it's quite squishy, so that's quite good. And then it's on a 5.5mm hook, so quite a big one. But I find working on a bigger hook and with the yarn, it's squishier, and then it just gets done quicker, because I think she needs it by July. So I do a couple of rounds on that when I get a chance, and that's in this little organza bag, which is kind of a really good place to put these kind of things. And it is just 100% acrylic, because the people that she's given to aren't knitters, and just easier to just be like, yeah, you can just throw it in the washing machine and you don't have to think about it. But I would like to learn a bit more crochet so I can do nicer blankets and things like that, but that's that. And then I've got a few works in progress actually this week. Excuse me, sorry. So these are my socks, which I haven't worked on terribly much. Well, I think I have since the last time, but recently, in the last few days. So I think the last time they were maybe up here. I know I put the heel in since, and I used the same as the cuff for the heel, and I think it ties it together really nicely. I'm just working down the foot. So the sock yarn is the Regia. Not sure what the colourway was, but the ones I knit for my nan. And then the heels, cuff and the toe will be, depending, is this, which is I'm pretty sure it's a 5 moons, but I can't, because it was gifted in some scraps and leftovers. I don't know what it is yet, but I did check. I can see that it is superwash merino and nylon, so it'll be fine, but also I'm not too rough on my socks, and they'll probably just be fine. That's that, and that's in the lovely bag from there, the dogs, which is just adorable. And I just love this cord. This lovely big size. Then we have, well, this isn't actually cast on yet, so it's not a work in progress technically, but I am making Dave some Regia socks, and it doesn't have a colourway, but just colour 02461. So once I had something off the needles out of this bag, this yarn went in there, and will probably get cast on this week, because he's got this and he's got another Regia, and I got my DPMs. So that's just a little sort of future knitting that it's got a bag for. So the last work in progress that I have is in the Batman t-shirt bag that my cousin made, and this isn't the last one. Well, it's the last knitting. and it is my Scrappy Sock Yarn Mitered Square Cozy Memories blanket. Now, I have done a few squares on it. I know I've done some here, maybe from there, I'm not sure, but I know this side I've done that one. Did I do that one? Really should keep a better eye on memory with which squares I've added, but it's coming along nicely. I haven't worked on it too much, but I've added, I think I did these two, so this one and this one at least. I know I hadn't put that one in. Excuse me, sorry. And then possibly that one. I know that one, but possibly that one. So yeah, it's coming along, and it's kind of at the stage where when I'm knitting on it, it does cover the tops of my legs and keeps me warm. So that's nice. I've got a few more minis and scraps in there. And I just thought I'd quickly talk about my square, what I do, because I found on Ravelry a mitered square pattern, and that's what I use, but I have realised that it isn't the most common one with the decreases. So my squares are incredibly small compared to others, so I use a 2.5mm needle. I cast on 31 stitches, so if it's, say here for example, 15 one from here and 15 from here, and then my centre double decrease is slip 2 together, knit 1, pass slip stitch over, and then on the back that slipped stitch, the ones that you've decreased, I purl to make this defined line, and I do really like it. I think if I made another one with bigger squares, I would still use that same decrease because I think it neatens out. But I think with this I did them all going the same way up, because I didn't want them all over the place, some going this way, some going just random. But then I noticed Danny from the Little Bobbin, her blanket, and I really like how she's done hers. So she's got a cross in the middle, and then they all lead off from there. And I think if I do another one, that is how I'm going to do it. So I have more freedom to work all the way round, and then the centre, it will look more pulled together. But this is fine, and as I said, I'm going to try and back it in some fleece. So that's that. That's the knitting, and then the last work in progress is my granny stripe blanket. Now, I can't remember what stripe I was on, but again, I think the most work has gone on to my shawl. So everything else has had just a little bit of work, and also my finished object. So yeah, I've done a couple of maybe these few, and then I've got a little bit of red there. So what I'm doing is just magic knotting in the next colour, but because I don't own a ball winder, I haven't made a huge ball of it. What I just do is, once I'm coming to the end of the yarn, I will just pick, say, this next one, join them together and go from there. and then I've just got my basket. So all these have already been used in my mitered square, and then they will go into here. And a lot of them are quite small, little teeny tiny bits anyway, so we'll just use it all up. Other ones, like big ones like this, I might use for other projects and other things and then use the scraps, but this is just my scrap bucket, I guess, and I am loving it. Because all the yarn is slightly different, and I just had one that was it was finger weight sock yarn, but it was just a bit chunkier, and it kind of pulled out, and it bothers me a little bit, but I'm hoping if a border gets put on, you won't even be able to notice. So yeah, I'm loving it. It's a little bit crazy, lots of colours. Like I've seen lots of people's that are quite light and pastel-y, and then mine's just a bit wacky. But I just wanted to use up as much as I could, really. So yeah, I'm loving it. I don't actually know what size hook I use. I only have a small amount of crochet hooks, and I just found this and it looked small enough, but it doesn't have any markings, and I wouldn't know even if you can measure a crochet hook. But yeah, it's just plastic. It's not very nice, but it'll do, like it works for, it does the job. So today I'm drinking some peppermint tea because my throat's a bit sore, so I'm hoping it will help a little bit. Which is really nice. And it's in my Starbucks Christmas mug, which, yeah, it just has a bauble on it, but I don't think it's too Christmassy, too in-your-face Christmassy. So you can get away with it. That's that. So I have one finished object this week, and that is some socks for my cousin. Which she should be getting sometime this week. Yeah, I did a Fish Lips Kiss heel, which is my new favourite heel. They're a little bit longer than I usually make socks, but not really that long. I know quite a few people have really tall socks. But yeah, I had to Google how long to make them because she's a size 7. I didn't know. Whereas the only people I've knit socks for are me, Dave, my nan, and one of my friends. Now me, my nan, and the friend that I made the socks for all had the same size shoe. So I just used my shoe measurement because I knit top down, so I just put the heel in once the leg's long enough for me. That's just how I do it, and then just do the foot. So for those two people, I could just do my foot measurement, so it was easy peasy. And with Dave, he's literally right there, so I can just measure his foot. Like, I've got his foot measurements written down, so I know exactly how long to do it, whereas for her I didn't, so I just googled it. So I'm hoping they'll fit, but they should do, and they'll stretch. So Yeah, and I love this yarn. So these are my socks for the springtime cowl, which is still going on. We've had quite a bit of chatter in the chatter thread, but we haven't had any finished objects yet. So it is supposed to finish at the end of April, but I was thinking maybe because, you know, it just seems like nobody's had chance to post it there or haven't finished their objects yet, maybe we extend it to the end of May. Just let me know what you think. So if you're not part of the Ravelry group, come along and join. It's a springtime cowl, which is just knit something and relate it to spring. So I did these, it's like spring-ish colours. It's called Bilberry Pie, the colourway. So yeah, please come and join. I'm not sure what the prize is going to be yet, but let me know if you would like to extend it, because there's not really much point drawing a winner if there's only 1 or 2 entries. So if you're not part of the Ravelry group, please come and join in the springtime cowl. There is a hashtag which is SFG springtime KAL on Instagram. Tag your posts and I can see them through there. And the rules are just, I think it's cast on something starting the 1st of March and related to spring. Even if you say I knit it while it was springtime, that's fine. It's just, this is my first knit along. I wanted to do something, give you guys a chance to win some prizes. So yeah, that's that. And the last little thing, this morning, about 10 o'clock, I got a lovely parcel. So I have already opened it, but the lovely Becky messaged me on Ravelry and said she wanted to send some leftover scraps minis, and yeah, I was like, yeah, of course, you know, that's brilliant. So she sent all of these. Okay, so we've got, and honestly they're gorgeous, and they're all mini, they're all skeined up, and then some more, and then the last lot, and they're all, oh, they're so gorgeous. I think I love this one and this one. Well, I love them all, but I just keep looking at all, look at all. Oh, yeah. Oh, they're all gorgeous. This, like, the Barber Pauling, this one, oh, they're all so gorgeous. But then, not only did she send all those minis, she also sent me some gorgeous stitch markers. Now, she said her friend makes them. Oh, she sent this, which I'm guessing is a point protector. I'm almost positive it's a point protector, but it's a little sock, which is so cute. But yeah, so she sent some stitch markers, and in the little note that she sent, she said that her friend makes them and has a shop. And they're amazing. So I will ask what her shop is, because you guys need to check her out. Right, I'm not sure how well that they're going to show up, so I will try my best. So we've got a little pumpkin, I got a couple of these. There's, now I'm not 100% sure what it is, it's like a pretty flower type thing. I'm really worried that these aren't going to show up because I can't actually see. So I'm going to just show them. Oh. And then look, like this. All the lovely. And then I will insert a picture. And I also, insert a picture on Ravelry, but the pumpkins are just fabulous. Oh, and then it'll just... So yeah, I will try and get if she just said shop, maybe it's an Etsy shop, I'll have to message her and ask and post it in the link below because they're gorgeous. And I want to put them on a project for right now. So that's those, and just thank you so much, Becky, they're just amazing. And the mini skeins, can't wait to put them in my blanket. Just so many of them. So that's all the knitting that's been done. So that's all the knitting for this week. Yeah, my week has been pretty standard, not too much has been happening. I went to the dentist last week, Thursday I think it was. They're really happy. Well, it's a dentist / hospital. They are really happy with how everything's healing and how everything's going. They just said braces off in the next few weeks, next few months, I wish it was the next few weeks, August, September time, and to just keep going on with how it is. We're still looking for a new place to live, so we might be moving soon, and jobs, things like that. Dave's still really busy with uni work, so not a whole bunch in that area. We have plans to go to the cinema next week for the new Guardians of the Galaxy, which I'm so excited for. We're going to do a double bill, so we're going to watch the first one and the second one because we have unlimited cards, so we can do both. And because it's 3D, it just costs us like £2. But other than that, I don't think anything's really been happening. Podcasts might be a bit irregular over the next few months with us moving and sorting out jobs, and I don't know what schedules are going to be like, but hopefully I'll see you next week. Have a good week. Happy knitting. Bye.